Imagine your phone rings. It's an unknown number, but you answer anyway. The voice on the other end is instantly familiar. It's your boss. Her tone is frantic. She's in the middle of closing a top-secret, time-sensitive deal and needs you to wire $50,000 to a new supplier immediately. She gives you the account details, says she can't talk, and tells you the invoice will follow later. She sounds stressed, exactly like she does before a big deadline. You've worked with her for years. You know her voice. You know her cadence. So you make the transfer. A few hours later, you see your boss in the hallway and mention the deal. She looks at you, completely confused. She never called you. She wasn't closing a deal. The money is gone. And the voice you heard, it was a perfect AI-generated clone. How sure are you right now that you could tell the difference? This isn't a scene from a futuristic thriller. This is a reality of 2025, and it's the engine behind what has become the single cleverest, most insidious cybercrime of our time. We're not talking about those poorly worded emails from a foreign prince anymore. We're talking about a new era of crime, powered by artificial intelligence, that targets the one vulnerability no software patch can ever fix: human trust. For years, we've been trained to spot digital fakes. We look for bad grammar, suspicious links, and generic greetings. But what happens when the fakes become better than the real thing? In 2025, cybercrime has evolved. It's no longer about casting a wide net and hoping for a few bites. It's about precision-guided, hyper-personalized attacks crafted by AI to be virtually undetectable. This is AI-enhanced social engineering, and it's a game changer. Think about it. These criminals are now using generative AI tools, the same kind of technology that can write an essay or create a stunning piece of art, to script the perfect attack. They use AI to clone voices, a technique called deepfake phishing or voice phishing. They use it to generate phishing emails that perfectly mimic the writing style of your colleagues, referencing recent conversations and internal projects. The success rate of these attacks has skyrocketed because they don't look like attacks at all. They look like business as usual. And if you think this is just a niche problem affecting a few unlucky companies, you need to see the numbers. Microsoft's brand new 2025 Digital Defense Report dropped a bombshell. A staggering 52% of all cyber attacks with a known motive were driven by extortion or ransomware. And get this, in 80% of all security incidents, the primary goal was data theft for financial gain. Pure espionage, that accounted for only 4%. The message is crystal clear. It's all about the money. The total cost of this global crime wave is almost too big to comprehend. Cybersecurity Ventures forecast that by the end of this year, 2025, cybercrime will cost the world $10.5 trillion annually. Let me say that again. $10.5 trillion. That is more than the combined GDP of Japan, Germany, and the United Kingdom. It's a shadow economy so large it will be the world's third biggest economy, right behind the US and China. And it's flowing directly from our bank accounts, our businesses, and our governments into the hands of criminals. But here's where it gets really interesting. How exactly are they pulling this off? What does an AI-powered attack actually look like? Let's start with the voice scams, like the one I described at the beginning. It's terrifyingly simple. An attacker just needs a few seconds of a person's voice. They can grab it from a podcast, a conference call recording on YouTube, or even a company's own promotional video. They feed that audio into an AI voice cloning tool. Within minutes, they can generate new audio of that person saying anything they want, complete with the original tone, pitch, and emotional inflection. So when that CEO calls with an urgent, panicked request, your brain's natural defenses are bypassed. Your entire career, you've been taught to respond to your boss, especially when they sound stressed. The AI exploits that deeply ingrained instinct. It's not hacking a computer, it's hacking your psychology. Then there's the evolution of phishing emails. Generative AI can now scrape public information from LinkedIn, company websites, and press releases. You can then craft an email that is so specific, so personal, it's almost impossible to ignore. Imagine an email that says, "Hey Sarah, great seeing your presentation on the Q3 logistics report yesterday. I had a follow-up thought. Can you take a look at the attached updated figures and let me know if they align with your projections?" The AI knows you gave a presentation. It knows the topic. The attached file, of course, isn't a spreadsheet. It's malware that, once clicked, gives the attacker a backdoor into your entire network. This isn't theoretical. Earlier this year, this exact technique was linked to the massive telemessage breach, which exposed sensitive communications from US government officials. The attackers didn't use some zero-day exploit to break in. They used sophisticated AI-driven social engineering to trick someone on the inside into opening the door for them. But the cleverest part of this whole scheme is what happens after they get inside, because the AI's job isn't done. This is where we see the rise of AI-powered ransomware. Forget the old school stuff that just blindly encrypted every file it could find. The new generation of ransomware is intelligent. A prototype variant that emerged in early 2025, codenamed Prompt Lock, doesn't just infect a system. It studies it. It uses machine learning to navigate the network, just like a human hacker would. It identifies file servers, databases, and backup systems. It actively seeks out what security experts call the crown jewels, the most critical data for the business to operate. Is it customer financial records? Is it intellectual property and trade secrets? Is it the patient data for a hospital? The AI finds it, encrypts it, and then customizes the ransom demand based on the perceived value of that data and the company's ability to pay. It might even analyze the company's cyber insurance policy to demand the maximum possible payout. This is no longer a blunt instrument. It's a surgical strike. And because the AI automates the entire process, from infiltration to extortion, these criminal gangs can launch hundreds of these sophisticated attacks simultaneously. The massive ransomware attack on the tech distributor Ingram Micro was a perfect example, paralyzing their operations and costing them millions. So what is the real-world impact of all this? Well, the financial cost is staggering. According to IBM, the average cost of a single data breach has already hit nearly $5 million. And with AI-driven attacks, that number is climbing fast. But the cost isn't just financial, it's reputational. Think about it. If a company gets hit by one of these deepfake CEO scams, the story isn't just about the lost money. It's about how their own finance department was tricked. It erodes trust from the inside out. How can you run a business when you can no longer trust an email from your colleague or a phone call from your own leadership? A recent survey by Allianz found that 61% of organizations are now more concerned about data breaches than any other business risk. The fear is palpable, and the societal impact is even more chilling. What happens when this technology is turned toward public manipulation? Imagine a deepfake video of a world leader announcing a military strike, released just minutes before the stock market opens. Or a clone voice of a public health official announcing a fake quarantine in a major city. The potential for chaos, for panic, for the complete erosion of shared reality is immense. This clever cybercrime isn't just stealing money, it's stealing our sense of truth. This brings us to a huge raging debate. With AI this powerful and this dangerous, why don't we just regulate it? Why not restrict access to these advanced generative models? It's a question governments around the world are wrestling with right now. The problem is, it's not that simple. The same AI that can clone a voice to commit fraud can also be used to create a synthetic voice for someone who has lost their own due to illness. The same AI that can write a phishing email can also help a student write a better essay or help a developer write code more efficiently. This is the dual-use dilemma. These are powerful tools, not inherently good or evil. Banning them could stifle innovation and progress. But leaving them completely open creates a digital Wild West where criminals have the upper hand. Where do you draw the line? And while governments debate, there's another controversy brewing in the corporate world. Many companies are being criticized for simply not keeping up. They are facing an exponential threat, but they are still investing in linear, outdated defenses. An Allianz report found that while 38% of businesses cite cyber incidents as their number one risk, their investment in next-generation AI-driven security often doesn't match the severity of the threat. They are bringing a knife to an AI gunfight. But here's the final twist. The most powerful weapon we have to fight against the malicious AI is good AI. The only thing that can analyze 1 billion data points in real time to spot the subtle anomalies of an AI-driven attack is another AI. Security companies are now building defensive AI systems that learn the normal patterns of communication within a company. They can flag an email that, while grammatically perfect, has a slightly different sentiment than the supposed sender usually uses. They can analyze the audio frequencies of a phone call to detect the telltale digital artifacts of a voice clone. It's a high-stakes digital arms race. AI versus AI. And the battlefield is your inbox, your phone, and your company's network. So we come back to the beginning. The cleverest cybercrime of 2025 isn't clever because of the code. It's clever because it exploits us, our psychology, our instincts, and our trust. It has turned our greatest strength, our ability to collaborate and communicate, into our greatest vulnerability. It's not about breaking through firewalls anymore. It's about walking right through the front door because we were tricked into holding it open. The rules of the game have fundamentally changed. The solution isn't to unplug and hide. It's to upgrade our own internal software, our skepticism. We now have to operate with a healthy, low-level paranoia. If you get an urgent, unexpected request that involves money or data, stop, take a breath. Verify through a different channel. Call the person back on a number you know is theirs, or walk down the hall. That one moment of hesitation, that one act of verification is the most powerful defense you have. The age of AI is here, and it's bringing challenges we've never seen before. Staying informed is no longer optional. It's your first and most critical line of defense. If you want to understand more about how these incredible new technologies are changing our world, for better and for worse, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Because in our next video, we're diving deep into the AIs that are fighting back. And you're not going to want to miss it. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button and keep an eye out for our latest video.